Walmart is making an Android TV stick under its ONN brand. Have you even heard of this ONN brand?
They're the cheap brand for Walmart. I was a manager at Walmart, so yeah, I have heard of it.
That sentence in itself is just hilarious. They have their own cheap brand when Walmart's already known it to be cheap. So Walmart sells everything from Roku powered smart TVs to tablets to gaming keyboards under its affordable. How do you even say that? On?
I get on
It's like double N's, all ONN brand. It looks, I don't know, the remote kind of looks,
I'll say it for you, it looks cheap.
Yeah. It looks almost like they ripped off the Fire Stick's remote. They added their I know it's sideways. I wish I had a better picture of this thing.
Looks like they stole the Google remote, the Chromecast remote. That's what it looks like.
Oh, here we go. It's opening up Twitter. So okay, so it's got the, so imagine Alexa up here, or Juanita up here. It's got your power button, your return button, your settings, your favorites, up, down, left, right, directional. It's got a reverse home. It's got the little TV that freaking the Fire Stick has. You see that?
Yeah.
Little TV, and then it's got a plus minus up down, which I'm guessing is your TV and your volume, and then your mute. So
it looks like that it's got that TV button. Now that's throwing me for a loop.
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, keep going.
This looks like a Fire Stick one. Like the Fire Stick Lite. And then they added all these buttons here. So
Disney Plus button. That's actually kind of cool.
I like that. I like the Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Netflix. Yeah. It's kind of like the big competitors. Do you know what the specs are on this thing?
No, I haven't read anything about it yet. It says that it's a 2K device, so it's not 1080p, it's not 4K.
Yeah, it's launching at 2K.
It does have some of the specs on the bottom of that article. It says that it's going to be using an M-Logic S805Y, which I'm confused what an S805Y. I've heard of the S905Y and the S905Y too. What the heck is an 805? I have no idea.
S905, S805. It almost sounds like it's going backwards. Well, I know that the 905s give 4K, so maybe that's what it is. 805 is just a previous gen?
So it must just be a cheaped out version because it's not even using USB-C. It's using micro USB. So they're just grabbing outdated tech and just putting together a cheap device.
Is somebody pulling our leg here? Is this a scam?
Remember the stick?
Yeah. Yeah. Who's screwing with us here? Who's screwing with us here? Somebody left a comment here. Unless it's free, why would anybody care using this stick? They're talking about, they're assuming that it's going to be priced around $30, roughly $30. Ah, man, I don't know, dude. If this thing has, okay, let's be real with a lot of stuff, because I know we talk about true 4K TV. If this thing gives you 2K, 8 gigs of internal memory, or I'm sorry, 8 gigs of internal storage with 2 gigs of RAM, right? 8 and 2, it gives you 2K. This stick will officially be better than the Fire Stick Lite and the 3rd gen Fire Stick. Officially, it would be better because those two sticks only max out to 1080p. And if this one gives you 2K, what 2K does for you, it simulates a 4K quality picture where it looks a little bit sharper that 1080. And actually, you know what? I should rephrase that. It doesn't look a little bit sharper. The difference between 1080p and 2K, there is a difference. You can definitely see, you could definitely see the clarity on it.
For sure.
So if they're saying like, hey, we can't give you the full 4K, but we're going to give you some 2K quality with 8 gigs and 2 gigs, dude, that's better than the Fire Stick Lite and the 3rd gen Fire Stick.
You know, one of the reasons the Fire Stick Lite and the third gen Fire Stick was so successful was because they didn't cheap out on the parts that mattered. They're using the same processor and the same RAM from the 4K Fire Stick. They just turned down the resolution. But this is using, I don't know. I have no precedence of the 805Y chips, so I can't really speak on it.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not too sure about that chip.
So, I don't know.
The only thing I know is that it's from MLogic, and MLogic is good.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem to me, if you're going from 905 to 805, doesn't 805? It almost seems like it's going backwards. But are the MLogic chips? Because we've heard of the 900 series. Are they doing backwards? Where, hey, 800s are going to be the next gen, and then 700s, and then 600s, because we've seen that too. We've seen it happen before where people call it a certain number, and then they start going backwards from whatever number that is, meaning it's getting better and better. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. It's a tough to call. Tough to call. I don't know. We'll do some more research. We'll let you guys know what we do find with that one. You know what would be a really good episode? I know we talked about codecs. Like, we should do an episode on codecs and talk about, actually, yeah, that like, dude, this would be really good to talk about the different chipsets. Like, we should go back like 2 years and talk about the different series that they've had. Rock chips, MLogics, the Tegras, like all that stuff, and compare them, and then talk about future. What are they doing, and maybe trend it. Like, this is what the trend is looking like. You know, that'll be a good topic.
I used to have live streams where I would just go over all of the boxes on the market, like on GearBest and Banggood, and then talk about what's coming out in the future. I used to do that. People used to like that, so maybe we could. Yeah. Okay.
I got an idea. We'll talk after this.